Okay, so today we're out in the woodlot, and we have in the center there a yellow birch, and kind of crowding them out is a big white spruce. And so we're going to rectify that problem.
Make space for the spruce. There's a little fir to come out. Nicely done. So there's Mr. Yellow Birch. And he's now got, this is pointing westward, so he's got lots of light coming from the west now. You will notice there have been other trees cut through here earlier to frame up a little bit, and this is just the latest to give him a chance to thrive in among all the conifers that he's surrounded by.
Well, every now and then if you do this long enough, you actually get it right every now and then. And I was just saying to Debbie, I think, you know, because this went absolutely perfect, that maybe I do a better job when I have an audience. Anyhow, the general rule of thumb in this is your notch, which is this part here, should be 1/3 or up to 1/3 of the tree. I tend to make mine a little smaller. This is probably, yeah, about 25% instead of 30 or 1/3. The diameter of the tree, which is probably, we have a measuring tool here. Yeah, it's about 16, 17 inches. This is a 20-inch bar. Your hinge should be 10% of the tree diameter. So 10% of 17 would be 1.7 inches. And I would say that's 1.5 anyhow. So that's pretty close.
So you're happy with this?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. If I could do this all the time.
Life would be good.
Well, yeah, life would be wonderful. Okay, this is not a safety video, but it's a review of some of my personal protective equipment, PPE. Just to show you, like the tree I just fell, if everything goes perfectly well and you're actually careful, you can throw this stuff away. But if, like me, you occasionally make mistakes
Or get a little reckless.
then this is so. When we first came, other than hearing protection, earmuffs, just the ear pads, I didn't wear any of this stuff. No helmet, no visor, no chainsaw chaps, right? And I did put tiny nick in a couple of my jeans, where it just catches the fiber, but it doesn't catch the skin. So what you might call a close call. Well, one of them happened to be down in a location that I thought, ooh, maybe I should start being more careful. So I started wearing chainsaw chaps, and it didn't make me more careful. As we go down, this is a chainsaw neck. Again, that would be no blood involved. This is another neck here. Again, no fibers are pulled out. This is probably another one. This down here, the fibers are falling out, but it was another, right? Now, we go to protective footwear. These are steel-toed or composite. Chainsaw neck, and right here is something a little deeper. It didn't end up down into the composite material, I don't think, but it's let's say it's a good thing I wasn't wearing sandals, which I think I've seen people with a chainsaw using sandals. Anyhow, and of course, the left leg is the #1 injury spot for chainsaws.
If you're right-handed.
Yes. But it's still #1 because the majority of people are right-handed.
Correct.
And I think most left-handed people still use chainsaws like a right-handed person does, because it's almost impossible to operate them properly without. Anyhow, let's drag out, these are my old chainsaw chaps that I brought back. I will fetch Now, again, there were a couple of nicks here, but this here, this actually pulled out fibers and stopped the chain.
So they worked.
So, oh yes. Now, it didn't go far. I would say wearing jeans, I probably would have ended up with a chunk out of my skin, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, maybe, somewhere around there. So I'm not sure. I may bring these back out since most of the fiber is still in there. Now the thing I did discover, this isn't the saw that I was using at the time. This is my big one with the 20-inch bar. But of course, you know what they all tell you is that it goes around and where the gear drive is that makes the chain go, it clogs that. So I took this off, and sure enough, like there were a few little fibers here and there. Put it back together, and just figured I'd test it. So I fired it up, and it was locked. So where it grabbed, some of the fibers got up in here, and your little nose piece, there's a little set of rotating gears up in here that spin around, and that was jammed. That's where it was jammed the most. And so I slowly and carefully got that cleaned out, and away she went. So gloves, almost always wear gloves, more not for chainsaw protection, more just to keep your fingers out of the tree sap, or little bits of you get little spikes sometime in the wood that can give you a jab. And of course the helmet, there was a time, and one of the few times that I actually started wearing a helmet, and it was an old one that probably shouldn't have been in use, but I was cutting a white birch tree, and it had a big limb that was stuck way out to the side that seemed to be up against a relatively small white ash. So, you know, I go back and I start cutting it a little bit more, and I can feel the tree start to fall. So I, on like the 15 feet at a 45-degree angle away from the stump, I just stepped back a couple of paces, was standing there watching it go, and I have no idea what happened, but something went whack, right? Took the helmet down far enough that it knocked my glasses to the ground, and I have no idea what happened, which is kind of sad in a way, but I tell you no lies. Anyhow, yeah, I actually...
You've been wearing a helmet ever since, right?
Pretty much, yeah, I think. I don't wear it if I'm bucking, or sometimes just in with real small stuff. Of course, that's when something can surprise you, but I try and be more careful now.
As you've gotten more mature.
I'm
okay.
not sure about
just
that.
Older.
Yes, yes. I admit to being old. I would never admit to being mature.
So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And hopefully Mikey will be back another day. if he continues to wear his protective equipment.
Yeah, hopefully. Hit that subscribe and notification bell, and please comment, because what we're trying to do is create a community of dedicated, interested woodlot owners or woodlot people, even if you don't own one, who just want to share ideas about what we're doing and trying to help each other.
Stay safe, everyone.
All right.